Playoff football is upon us here in the Guardians of Madden League. I'm your host, MacDub, and if I were going to be compared to any Guardian,
I'm Groot.
Yeah, well, enough of that. All 7 teams in the AFC, all 7 teams in the NFC have locked their playoff positions in. In fact, we even had a game late last night. The 6-seeded Raiders and Shada with an upset over Ducky and the Bengals. Ducky had a very good season early on, still earned himself a divisional championship and a 3rd seed in the playoffs, but he was kind of trending downwards towards the end of the season. And Shada with a 32-22 victory to move on to the divisional round where he will face Astro and the Buffalo Bills. Over on the NFC side, it's no surprise to moi, Falcons and Petey earned the number 1 seed. Now, me with the Jets, Jets. I played about 8 teams here in the playoffs. I won a few games. However, I can say that the Falcons had the toughest defense that I played all season, and I had a juggernaut of an offense with Teddy Two Gloves Bridgewater. But this is the bracket for the NFL playoffs. Who do you think is going to win? Now, if you're a betting man and you want to bet smart, the Buffalo Bills probably would be the safest bet. It's Astro. He has won multiple championships in Guardians. He's got a great team. He's a great user. He made a lot of good trades, acquired Jonathan Taylor during the season. Nice little trade there with Jumper and the Colts. He's been the best player all season long. Can he finish the job? We already talked about the Falcons and PD a little bit, but going 13-4 in this league with that roster is super impressive. Do not sleep on the Falcons. The Chiefs could be a sneaky favorite as well. He's going into the playoffs with a 4-game winning streak. A few guys that started out very hot in this league, Vols and the Saints, and Gage and the Texans have kind of slid a little bit down the stretch here, but both did enough to punch their ticket into the playoffs and could be difficult outs. But if I had a dark horse, and it's probably my fault because I traded him Aaron Rodgers, that's going to be Shada and the Raiders. He's played great down the stretch here, struggled a little bit early on, was doing well even before I traded Aaron Rodgers to him. But I did make a trade. I traded him Zach Wilson first, may have fleeced him on that. I traded Aaron Rodgers second to him. I needed to make cap space, and he has done nothing but win. So look out for those guys. What do you think, Guardians? Who are some of your dark horses? You gotta give Steady some love as well. He's a great player. I don't think anybody would be surprised if he won this whole thing or not. But I don't think Steady is going to pull it out in year 1. Now let's go ahead and look at the guys who just missed out on the playoffs. All-Star and the Dolphins being 1 game or a half game out. King and the Seahawks. He was leading that division early on, or was well within striking distance, but fell a little bit short. The Patriots and French started out fantastic. I think they were 4 or 5-0, something like that, but fell hard down the stretch. And so those teams just missed out on the playoffs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the losers of the league. And that would be your Cardinals at 2-15, the Vikings at 2-15, Commanders and Broncos, 3 wins apiece. There is some speculation that some of these teams were tanking. I have no idea. The Jets actually were 4-2 at one point, and then we went 1-10. Yeah, good math there. And we finished 5-12. So these are the losers of the league. We already looked at the winners. Who do you think is going to win this year's Super Bowl? If you guess the game correctly, the AFC team, the NFC team, if you guess it correctly and you are within 7 points of the total score, I'll give you $10.